So I got something for you here, okay? For this week, for whenever. Keep your butt out of the conversation. Keep your butt out of your conversation. Now, am I referring to your literal butt? Absolutely not. I'm referring to the butt in your language. I put this out here because I recognized this morning how many times I said butt in my conversation. You know the reasons we get to address this, and why I'm bringing this to you? Because butt is a verbal eraser in a conversation. What do I mean? Glad you asked. Here's what can happen, okay, especially in a work setting. Hey, I love what you did there, but I would suggest that you did this. Now, here's what happens. Like, I've learned something in my coaching and my development that when the word but comes up in a sentence in a conversation, it can really mean behold the underlying truth. What? Yeah, behold it. Because guess what? Everything you said before but means nothing. But is like a verbal eraser. So what you can do instead is when you notice yourself saying in a conversation, you know what, this is great, but switch it immediately. Stop, restart the conversation and say, you know, this is great, end. Be free of buts in your conversations because they can send a message that whatever's being said is untrue. It can create distrust on a team. It can create miscommunication. It can create a space. It can trigger the fight or flight. It can trigger that amygdala because now the person has to decode what you really mean. So as you go through this week and as you go through your conversations, whether this week, next week, beyond, whenever, be aware of the buts in your conversations and keep them the hell out of there. Notice how many times you say but in a conversation over the next hour or so. Let me know what happens for you. And if that but comes in conversation, like I said before, stop, restart the conversation, and replace but with end. And see how that impacts you. See how that lands on anyone that you're in conversation with. I do corporate events for teams, team building, teamwork, so teams have better circles, teams have better communication. If that's something that may fit you, DM me. Let's get something going so I can support you and your team. Be well, and I'm looking forward to bringing you another language lesson, some more goodies in the future.